Sup bitches, Nacho's back. I know it's been a while. Bear with me. I've had a pretty busy last couple of weeks. Shout out to Doug. But we're gonna get right back at it this week. So without further ado, welcome to week 4 of the WPL. We are coming off a league-wide bye week where we took a break for Christmas and New Year's, and it came at a perfect time for me personally. So shout out to Sohan. But yeah, so last week I had just taken over, well no, not just taken over, have I? Yeah, okay, so it was last week. I had just taken over the team, and I told you that I was going to make some changes to them, and changes have been made to the team. But I won't go over them in this video. In fact, I will link you to a video which does a very good job of it in its own right. The league does have its own transactions video that goes up weekly, and our good friend Matt O'Shea does that, so I will direct you to that in the description below, because he does a really good job going over the changes I made and what it does for my team, and yeah, well done Matt. So anyway, you can see what I brought. Our opponent is none other than the reigning champion, Mega Metagross, and his Philadelphia Bruxish, and he has a pretty imposing team. He's got Zeraora, the unreleased Pokemon, so spoiler alert for those of you who don't know about it yet, but he also has Mega Charizard Y and Alolan Ninetales with Aurora Veil and Dugtrio, which between Dugtrio and Charizard and the prospect of having Veil, yeah, it's pretty imposing for my team. So yeah, going into this I wasn't feeling that great. So anyway, my lead for this match was going to be Xatu because I didn't want to be trapped right away with anything else, and I could bounce back rocks if he decided to stay in. So that's what I'm going to do, and he leads Zeraora instead, and of course I'm not going to leave Xatu in on this. So my only, well, my not really dedicated, but the only wall I really brought this match was Florges, because it's kind of just all around defensive. So I'm going to go right into that. He goes for a knockoff. I don't really need leftovers that bad, so I do have Wish. So right now I'm just going to go for a Moonblast because there's not really much else I can do, and I just want to get damage off on anything, and it's going to hit decently hard anyway. So he does go into Dugtrio, and I bring it down to Sash, so that's already really good. And right now I'm kind of worried. Well, I can't really do anything, so I'm just going to go for another Moonblast to take it out. And thankfully, he just goes for Stealth Rocks, and I have a still pretty healthy Florges, and Dugtrio's gone. So, as you can see, I might as well play that out. He goes for Psychic Fangs, and I was carrying Energy Ball for both the Dugtrio and this thing. Now, he clicks Psychic Fangs, and it wasn't band damage, and I didn't see Life Orb or anything, so I was pretty sure he wasn't choice locked into it, and because of that, I was really nervous about going into Tyranitar to take like a Waterfall or whatever water move this thing has. So I decided to stay in, but he does click the Psychic Fangs again, so going into Tyranitar would have been probably the slightly better play, but that's okay. Florges is gone now. I only really needed it for maybe Virizion, and just, you know, general damage overall, maybe the Zygarde as well. But anyway, I see this opportunity to go into Necrozma, and this Necrozma is a Sword Power set with Earth Power instead of like Moonlight or something, and it's also Z Earth Power, just for general damage. So kind of a weird set, I know, but seemed like a good idea at the time. He will go out into Zeraora, I go for the Iron Defense, and he goes for the knockoff again. I should have clicked the Z, there was really no reason not to, as he goes for Plasma Fists. I get up a Calm Mind, and now I'll have powerful Stored Powers. He's just going to keep going for Plasma Fists. So as you can see, if I had just clicked the Z move right away, it would have been really nice because I would have a lot more health than I do right now, and I wouldn't have the Calm Mind up necessarily, but I would have had a chance to do it on this Bruxish. So Bruxish goes for Crunch. I hit it with the Earth Power. I take that out as well. Virizion comes in. I decide to go into Tangela to catch this Leaf Blade. I go for a Sludge Bomb here and catch this Ninetales. Now right here, I definitely could have gone into like Necrozma or something and sacked it off instead of letting Tangela go down here, because I figured it was either going to do, or it was either going to Ice Beam or it was going to get up Aurora Veil. And I figured if he gets up Aurora Veil, I can just defog that away later with Xatu. I don't want anything else to take really an Ice Beam, because Tyranitar can take the Ice Beam, but it can't take the Moonblast. It comes afterwards. So I decided to just go for another Sludge Bomb, but he goes for a Blizzard and takes out Tangela. So now I go into Yanchao, and thankfully I live the Blizzard. I can just take him out with a Poison Jab. So no Veil. Now I'm going to go right out into Necrozma to get Regenerator back, kind of sack it off to Rocks. Now Tyranitar comes in. I'm going to click Ice Punch here as he goes into Virizion, and that still does a lot of damage, so that's great. And Virizion goes down to the Hail. With 1,000 Arrows, I do have Shuka, which was for the Dugtrio. I click the Ice Punch. He's also Yachi, so unfortunately I lose Tyranitar to the 1,000 Arrows. Now here is a play that, looking back, I shouldn't have done. So right now, I just win if I go for the U-turn. Just anything, really, just to kill it. And I think it dies to Hail anyway at the end of the turn. So what I should have done is just clicked it. However, I was really worried about, I wasn't sure on the calc of the extreme speed. And in the case that it killed, I didn't want Xatu to be in that situation, even though Xatu could take an extreme speed or 1,000 Arrows and just kill it with anything. So I wasn't really thinking clearly. I was just being super cautious. I decided that I would try and get a little more Regenerator health and go into Xatu on this play, which was really needless. He goes for extreme speed, and then I don't get to make a move at all. So I'm kind of right back where I was, just with more health. So now I'm just going to click U-turn and take him out, and all it really cost me was 1 differential. No big deal, but we do pull out the win against Mega Metagross and the Bruxish. So GG to him, and go us. We are now an even 2-2 in the league, 1-1 after I took over after last week. So that's cool. Next week we have a really cool battle against our good friend Matt O'Shea and the Montreal Melodics, so looking forward to that one. But yeah, so good game. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.